I was born and bred in New Zealand. I grew up in a strong dairying area. So dairying has been in my life and around me right throughout my childhood and adult years. My name is Glenn Sullivan. I'm the Group Manager Electrical Engineering for Fonterra. Fonterra is a cooperative dairy company centred in New Zealand. We are the largest company in New Zealand. We are active in 65% of global dairy trade. During the peak of the dairy season, Darfield accepts around 6.6 million litres of milk a day. Probably the standout feature of the Darfield development is Darfield Dryer 2. Darfield 2 will consume somewhere between 4.2 and 4.4 million litres a day and produce just a shade over 30 tonnes an hour of whole milk powder. Fonterra is pushing the limits on scale, and pushing those limits on what's possible requires a lot of engineering input and knowledge. Schneider Electric's role is understanding how to control and provide enough energy into our plant so that we can maintain the quality of our output and do it all in a sufficiently cost-effective way, and most importantly do it safely. They had the ability to work across contract boundaries to develop a coherent and holistic power system that worked very, very well. The Darfield development went very, very well for Fonterra. We're immensely proud of what was achieved through the development. All the normal metrics around projects were achieved or exceeded, so it came in on time. The quality was very, very high. We managed to do it for the right budget, and the health and safety performance of the development was fantastic.